This video, I'm going to show you another one of my Star Wars Unlimited sealed deck techs, and today we'll be doing a Chewbacca green build. So I did another video where I opened up 6 packs and showed you how I sort them for a sealed draft game or pre-release, something like that. It's just a store event. So I'll put a card up in the corner of the screen here. You can check that out. And in this video, I'll show you how I constructed this deck, my choices of what cards to exclude from the 30 card deck. In the description, I have a list of all the cards that are in this deck. If you want to recreate it on Felt Table or anywhere else, Tabletop Simulator, you can do that as well. So again, I want my breakdown of the deck to be roughly or as close to 10 upgrades and events and 20 units. And of course there'll be a mix of space and ground units, and sometimes that does come into play. I think there was actually a decision in this to keep one space unit over a ground unit. We'll talk about that. So for the 10 events, I have 9 events here, and then I have this Vanquish. I only had 11 events, so I had to make a choice of what to remove, and I chose, I'm trying to find a good, there we go, defeat and upgrade. Just, looking at the other ones, it is situational. There has to be an upgrade, which is common, but I also have to have it in my hand and want to spend that one resource for that. So that was an easy selection. That one's a little easier. Now I want to jump to the units, and as you see, I have like low end 1-2 cost units, and then mid-range, mid-game 3-4, and then 5 and above. So and another thing, in those 6 packs, I didn't pull any resource ramping cards like Resupply or Super Laser Technician, so I don't have any way to really get a boost into more resources. So as much as I would want to keep this cool looking hyperspace reinforcement walker or the regular one, I didn't see getting up to 8 resources anytime soon. So that was 2 easy pulls. Oh, I had to remove 7 cards, or 6 cards, 6, 7, 8 cards, because my pool of cards is all the neutral cards, all the blue cards, all the green cards, and then of course all the hero cards and the hero cards that have blue and green. So all that together was 38 cards. So that meant I needed to remove 8 of them. So the first 2 big units were those 8 drops. Then I had these 3. I wanted a space unit. So comparing that with the Corellian Freighter, it's a little, it's 1 cost less. It does have shield, which is great, but then the when played and on attack feature is about Spectre units. Well, I didn't have any other Spectre units, so that kind of took it down as far as what I want. So I went with Corellian Freighter just for a lower cost, because my curve, because I do have quite a few high-end cards in this deck as far as cost. Next was the Snowspeeder and the Rugged Survivor. Again, they're great cards. Ambush is great if they have, more, to attack the unit, if they have unit in play. Exhausting vehicles, I mean, they're great, but it would be later game for me. And I want to start doing damage at that point. So both these are 3 damage. And grit, which I love grit, but I'm like, if I don't have, again, it's mid-game, late game, and I gotta start putting damage on it, so I gotta have those upgrades ready. So a little situational. I've had great success with cards like this, getting, upgrades on them and putting damage on them, and then they can swing big. But I chose to take it out, take both these out. So that got me down to 32 cards. So I had 2 more units I needed to remove, and instead of taking like on the high end of my curve, I actually went with 2 low end cards, just some kind of underworld thugs, kind of vanilla, 2 cost, 2/3. I mean, it's a good 2 count, 2 cost card, but I had 6 other low end units. The reason I have volunteer soldier and there's a 2 count is because the ability text is if you have another trooper, it's 1 less, and I have quite a few troopers in here. So took underworld thug out. And then the other one is Regional Governor, and I've played against this card, and your opponent just plays around it, which is good, causing your opponent to maybe change their way of play is good, but very situational. You're choosing, 1 out of 30 cards or whatever, so it's like that. Now, it's a great sideboard card. But I'm not worried about that. I would say anytime you're running a blue deck and you have a sideboard, have this there. That way you would know in subsequent games after the first one, you would know what to pull. So here is my 30 card deck for Chewbacca, blue-green or Chewbacca green. And again, check this out, look at my other videos, and I do plan on putting out a video here soon about how to play Star Wars Unlimited on a relative budget, because it's a great game and there's some wonderful ways to play without breaking the bank. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave any comments if you have any questions, and we'll see you out there.